opinions on headlines making the round on our local and national tabloids. And to help us do that, we have Dr. Chuks Osuji, OON, in the studio. He is the former MAMSA director for Old Imo and Anambra State. He is the executive director, Opinion Research and Communications Incorporated. Good morning.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, listeners.
And Happy New Year to you.
I take year, not happy.
Okay, Happy Year to you.
Okay, let's find out why Dr. Chuks Osuji is not happy. Perhaps we'll find it.
No, that we'll do behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors.
Yes, it shouldn't be made public.
All right.
All right.
We're starting off with
All I know is I know my target.
Star Post Express.
Yes, Star Post Express, the bold one on the front page says 1 year in office, Uzodinma deserves pass mark. Bishop Azubi-Ike with the rider describes him as a silent achiever, urges Imolai to stop destructive propaganda. There's a clergy giving the governor some pass mark there.
Well, as far as I know, the clergy is not a public opinion analyst. I don't know what platform he uses to measure. But speaking for myself, so far so good.
So far so good. That's also a pass mark.
Yeah, but you know, quite a number of politicians, public figures, newsmakers have thrown themselves into coming up with statements either for or against the governor, especially last weekend when he celebrated 1 year in office. What's your own take on that?
Well, I'm a professional public opinion analyst. I don't make speculative pronouncements. I have to be guided by empirical evidence, and I insist on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's take another headline here. Ayaun to PDP leaders, mobilize new members. Everything seems to be politics these days.
Well, because don't you know the reason?
I don't know. 2023 is still quite a number of years away.
One American presidential candidate many years ago said, "1 day is too short in politics." Yes, 1 day is too short in politics.
All right, Ohaneje is the one talking here. It is criminal offense to publish pensioners' private details. It is criminal offense to publish pensioners' private details. Ohaneje, that's what he's saying. I don't know how that story is coming about.
Well, I don't think I have no take on this one.
All right, I think that's much we can take from Star Post Express.
All right, moving to Nigeria News Point. They're going with another prophecy, or perhaps a statement from a clergyman here. Evil gang up will stop 2023 Igbo presidency as 3 Imo lawmakers may die. And that is coming from a clergyman named Odikanwa.
Odikanwa.
Thank you.
Odikanwa.
And the writer here says another hurricane protest looms in Nigeria. That's also one of his prophecy. Evil leaders to also die. Many political appointees to be sacked. Should we really pay attention to what these clergymen are saying?
No, absolutely no. I wrote an article about 6 months ago. What I did say was, where have our street magicians gone? And the answer was, they have gone to churches. Yes. Many years ago, we used to have street magicians, not Paulo. Maybe
Paul is the radio magician.
Exactly. But today, do you ever see them again? They have all gone to the churches, where they are mesmerizing the gullible members, telling them, I beg, don't spoil my stomach today.
Okay. All right. Well, we want to see if we can make you happy by the end of this edition of the People's Voice. Let's move on to another headline. Imbitoli boss takes Olympic gold medalist case to Uzodinma. The details on page 10. And then we have here a picture of the Imo State Governor, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, releasing pigeons that it's meant to signify peace And of course, this was done on the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration at the Hero Square. This exercise was supposed to be the focus of those who wants to analyze what played out at the Hero Square, but the fact that the pigeons didn't fly took over the entire conversation.
Oh, yes. I locked up. I had a feed on your radio this morning, or one of the radio stations, and I had the one in Cross River did not fly too.
Exactly.
Well, there could be so many reasons.
Yeah, one reason I understand is that biologically, when you want pigeons to take off flights, you because they go in pairs.
Yes.
The male, female.
Yes.
So if you take the female from the male, once you release, the male takes flight in search of the female. But of course, ours is just to go buy white pigeons. We don't really take cognizance of whether it's male or female, or all of that. So that might be one of the reasons.
But there's another more cogent reason. So that they acquired these pigeons over 2 months period and began to feed them. And on the day of on Yamas, they are already heavy. They couldn't fly. But if you have left them, if they have left them thirsty and hungry, that they would fly.
Okay.
Well, people have different reasons.
Yeah, but the embarrassment.
But it is ominous.
Yeah,
anyway.
the embarrassment caused by the fact that those saddled with the responsibility of making sure the pigeons fly, it became a national discourse.
Yes.
How can we prevent such from happening again? Because
Well,
if our international media picks up on this, it's going to really make a mockery of how a lot of things have been
which one?
haphazardly handled.
Which more? You have a plethora and a lot of things going wrong in our society. I'm not one of those who say that everything is bad. No. I am not those who say that things are very rosy and good. No. But things could be better. Leadership has not been doing well like their children. Let us face fact. Okay.
Well, at the very least, we should be able to make our pigeons fly. That's
Next time I take the contract.
Okay.
If you don't, I don't see.
Okay.
I'll employ those who will do it better.
Okay.
But they won't do that. They will give it to their kid and king. You
All
know,
right.
that's where the trouble begins.
That does it for Nigeria News Point.
All right, let's go to the Big Truth newspaper this morning. Leave Imo speaker alone or face our wrath. That's Okeke Political People's Movement wants detractors. Is anybody attacking the speaker?
That's what is supposes. I don't know. I don't.
You know, people have been saying he's an anointed candidate of the governor.
Well, we've not seen anything different from him, or different from what the previous speaker was doing. The State House of Assembly is still, as far as I'm concerned, a toothless bulldog, and
Exactly.
nothing has really come out from there.
Who will be there that is not a stooge? You see, we are not practicing functional democracy. We are practicing stomach democracy. Politics in Nigeria has become the best profession, the best occupation. So things are not working the way they should. Yes.
All right, let's take another one here. That's the Big Truth newspaper. Imo PDP new media director assesses 1 year of 3-hour government. And the bold headline here says, Governor Uzodinma is truly a people's governor with his great achievements. Ambrose Nwogugu, with the rider, says he regrets calling Uzodinma Supreme Court governor after seeing his achievements in 1 year. Well, this
You say it's a PDP.
yes, that's the new media director. He was the one that was incarcerated for some time sometime last year when the governor.
Was he the person who called governor?
Yes.
Supreme Court. Governor?
Yes, that was why he was incarcerated, and now he says he regrets calling Uzodinma a Supreme Court governor after seeing his achievements in 1 year. That's a swift turnaround.
Well, are you surprised? I'm sure listeners will not.
Maybe seeing is believing. He probably has seen what he never expected.
No. I'm not disputing his assessment.
Yeah, okay.
I'm querying the authenticity of his sincerity. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Let's consider headlines from Announcer Express.
Okay.
Yeah. The big caption says schools resumption. Imo government fixes January 25th. Insists on full compliance to COVID-19 protocols. Raises monitoring team for adherence.
Supported.
Okay. And a lot of people are asking why 25th? Why not 18th like many other states are doing?
Oh, well, they must have their reason.
Okay. All right. Another headline here says Imo Works Commissioner Wonsu reels out 1 year performance on road projects. And if you go to page 2, you'll find details of the roads so far. Some renovated, some constructed by this administration. Would you say this first 1 year has done well in the area of road rehabilitation and construction?
If you take in context the totality of criticisms or whatever, particularly with those people living at Naked, which you have been lamenting
every
over.
morning.
Dr. Nwosu, the commissioner, is my personal friend. If I have criticism for him, I'll write him a note. But I think he has been doing. Have been trying, but he needs to do more.
Okay.
Yes.
That's right. And thankfully, there's 3 more years. So
3 more years of what?
Of this administration. This is the first year.
Oh.
So
I don't know.
except the courts
Make we
says
remove
otherwise.
this court.
Okay.
Somebody's playing a game with the court. And I suspect that somebody's ripping off
The game.
exactly one way or the other. Every time court. Suddenly it will surface. Suddenly
It will disappear.
it will disappear. I'm sure nobody. Emeka is not a fool.
Right.
He knows what is going on. So let's not speculate.
All right then.
But remember one Igbo proverb. One day monkey will go market.
It will come back.
And will come back.
All right then.
Thank you.
Let's take this one that says we will convince Nigerians to consider Igbo presidency in 2023, says Ohaneze.
I have said it time without numbers that you don't ask somebody to give you power. You take power. They should not be apologetic about it. That's why, although I don't support the issue of dismemberment of Nigerian nation as canvassed by what do you call them? What are those?
IPOB?
IPOB.
Okay.
I support a progressive and gradual acquisition of power. Ndị Igbo should come together. Last week, I had a feeling that they have started doing it right. It's not Rochas or Rochas staying here, saying this, saying that. Ojos or come organizing campaign or dinner for those who will help him to achieve that. Let us agree, work unanimously. If, by the grace of God, PDP nominates a person of Igbo extraction, and APC does the same, well, we are home and dry, isn't it?
Well, Senator Richard Skircha is already talking about a third force. So
yes, because I'm not his best friend, but I admire his dynamism. he must have seen something while he's talking about third force.
Yes.
We have to completely use what the first and second forces can produce.
Okay.
Before we begin to talk
About the third force.
Well, all right. Let's go for some commercials at this minute. When we return, the newspaper review continues. Stay tuned. It's 21 minutes past 9, and the People's Voice continues here on 107.3 Darlin FM. Sincere apologies for the break in transmission. We will carry on with more headlines, this time from News Echo.
All right, and on News Echo this morning, well, Professor Suji, let me ask
I'm
this.
not professor.
Oh, Dr. Suji, sorry. Thank you. Let me ask this quickly. At the beginning of last year, 2020, quite a number of prophecies at the first week of the year. 2021, we didn't see much of those prophecies, but this is about the third week, right? And now we are seeing quite a number of prophecies. Two or three of the dailies have talked about prophecies, and News Echo has one here. It says 2021 prophecies. Uzodinma, pray not to lose seat, Professor Akujo. This is another prophecy.
Is Akujo a cleric?
That is Prophet Akujo here. That's the name.
No, he's a don in Imo State University.
Oh, but they said prophet.
Unless
your probably is another Akujo.
Are they talking of professor or prophet?
Prophet is prophet.
Could be another.
Oh, okay.
Good. But he said, Uzodinma,
pray not to lose seats.
He has not told us anything. There's no substance in that.
Okay.
Pray not to. He should say that he's going to lose, or should.
No, he will not lose.
Whether he prays or not.
Okay.
I beg me could not put me on that.
Let's go. Ohaneze Ndigbo election. Nwodo Obiozo on the cross as Okuku Ozobu go to court.
Well, that's a case that I'm highly interested in. They are arguing. They are saying that there was speculations, or there was evidence that there was another election.
Yeah, there was an election in Enugu as
that elected
Chidibe.
And one in Owerri.
Yes.
That elected
George Obiozo.
He's a highly respected professor of political science. In my own opinion, of course, they are now going to court. The court will settle. For me, before the election, I wrote not supporting him, because I supported two other candidates, either of the other two candidates, because he is a globalist. He is a globalist. How can he come down, condescend to the level of coming to be the president of Igbo Apex organization, Ohaneze? It's a big position, no doubt about it. But the level he has reached, I thought by now he should be a consultant to United Nations worldwide, and not to come and do Ohaneze, which is a combination of nuances of tradition and culture. That's my own take on that one.
Okay.
If they go to court, he succeeds. Like myself now, at my age, I begin to ask to be made a special assistant, even to the president. Will you support me to take that position? Never now.
Well, my personal concern is what this means for the
Igbo.
Yes, the Igbo presidency that we are clamoring for.
I don't think they are not related.
It's not going to affect our chances, especially when people from other parts of the country look at.
I hate when people begin to relate this thing to Igbo presidency. At all. This is a cultural organization. I was old enough to know that there used to be Igbo Congress, Igbo Union. You were not born by that time. ZCOB from Newe was the President General. He did very well. Ohanese today has assumed more political relevance because of the type of politics we are playing in Nigeria. I don't think whosoever that will emerges Igbo president of Ohanese, it will not affect. I know he has a lot of role to play. He has a lot of roles to play. So, but I don't think anybody, whomsoever, whether it be also Chidi Ibe or Chidi Usuagu or former Secretary General, what's his name again? Dr. The young man from Owerri West.
Oseluka?
No. I don't think Osoluka will. In my assessment, I didn't reckon with Osoluka. He's more a peacock to be a president of Igbo. Joe Wong is the name I'm trying to. He has been a secretary of Ohanese for almost 8 or 10 years. I think he was well qualified. Thank God he's not from Mumbai. They will say now I'm supporting man. No. So I don't think there is a relationship between who is the president of Ohanese and the Igbo president. You know, our people or our other tribal antagonists will always inject something to divide us. My only worry is that we are just like fishes in the water. You throw in a hook, they will jump on it without trying to find out what does that hook contain. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope you do.
Okay. Past administrations costs Imo 123 billion naira grant. Finance Commissioner. Past administration cost Imo 123 billion naira grant. Finance Commissioner.
All right.
Let me ask you this: whether it is Rochas when he came in, did you ever hear him praise or Hakim for anything? When Ihedioha came in, did he praise who was that? Rocha for anything, even though Emeka was more on a moderate side. What I'm saying in effect is that no government comes in without taking the previous administration to a ride. It's not the way it happens. It's too politically, it's a political naivety. What I think every subsequent government should do is to see where the other person did well and see where he did not do well. Try to move from there and not trying to castigate. No amount of castigation will repair anything.
Okay. All right. Let's move to white paper. The white paper is going with this caption: as the major headline here. Chidi Ibe led Ohaneze drags Obiozo to court, tells court to cancel Owerri election. Well, I've talked about that. Another headline here says, police after kidnappers of IMSU lecturer as abductors ask for 20 million naira ransom.
It appears that, it appears that abduction and the kidnapping
Sorry about that.
Have come back to Imo State. I think the security officials have done well in the immediate past with regards to kidnapping. Could it be that those they released who escaped from prisons in Benin have found their feet here in Imo State? The most surprising one was, I think it was a radio station I had this morning, that somebody just stopped at near this big hotel, New Season or what season? All season, to buy drug. By the time he got there, he was kidnapped. I don't. Well, this is a call for the police. Yes.
Okay.
We have to do something so that this place does not become far north where kidnapping has. Their own is not kidnapping. Their own is
Banditry.
Yes.
Okay. We will open the phone lines, though we have some more headlines to consider. But we'll take the calls as we go through more headlines from local and national tabloids. Feel free to call 0815-050-1073 to be part of this conversation. React to any of the headlines as long as you keep it civil and respectful. Hello, good morning.
God bless you, Paul the magician.
God bless you.
God bless you, Zandas.
Good morning.
God bless you, our guest, Dr. Chuso. You are welcome, sir. Olu Obo, Chifawolo Wonkwoded, Omowa Tramusika Zobo, yeah, in Igbo State, and I remain called and spread the revolutionist. Permit me to say on the issue of 1 year of Governor Obuzodinma, I disagree with so far so good from our guest. So far so good. It's not on pensioners. So far so good. Workers are forgotten, abandoned. Pensioners died. So far so good. Kidnapping coming back under his watch, and no statement from the government house. So far so good. Where is Jesus Beggar? The memorandum of understanding shown to the public and to the global world. Where is Jesus Beggar? What of the road? The 3 hours within 1 year, we have not seen it. I want to tell us that on the issue of those who are talking of that they have done well and the man of God, Bishop, I don't believe in all these pastors. They are businessmen these days. We don't have to fall victim to any pastor or bishop. Most of these people talk like the government come and see them. I'm telling you categorically that the government has spread people for 1 year. Out of his party, APC on a pioneer member, but that is appointed with wealth. Igbo people, if you see their faces, you will know that we're not happy with the government.
All right. Then.
God bless you.
God bless you, too.
Let me react.
Okay, go ahead.
Whether they did not understand my professional position, I said it that as a public opinion analyst, I cannot just give pass mark or fail mark to the government. I don't do that type of without having empirical evidence. So, would you prefer me to say so far so bad? If that is what you want, take it. But for me to assess the governor and come to the public to tell them that the governor has done well or he has not done well, I must have embarked on a verifiable empirical study. That's my position.
Are you going to do that so that you can share your findings with Imolites? Because as an opinion analyst, I'm sure Imolites are interested in what your opinion is.
But my brother,
he needs to be commissioned.
Chukwu gozie him now.
Okay. I get the message now.
Yes, I discussed that with some important persons in the government. I think they may do something.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Zandas. Good morning, for the admission, and good morning, our guests. With all respect, I greet all of you.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Okeke. Good morning again. Yes, I want to say that I have a call settled with our guests here. Because I'm surprised to hear from him, especially when respected person in Imo State, that he cannot be in the open and tell the only life that faithful whatever he has about the governor, whether he has done well or not. If he can write that the governor to tell him that he has done well or not, that is not the level that the Imolites. He should be able to go because he respects him and he is a good person. He should come out, tell the Imolites that this 1 year, I have assessed the governor that they have done well in this area and the other area that they have not done well. And we should be able to, in a document, we should be able to continue in the area that is doing well. So that is it. And I believe that what we are doing now, which is good, there are some people that are there that sacrifice the truth fingers, just like somebody, a new media advisor, that the governor, the bad governor. You was last time to the governor that is free court governor. Only to turn back again and say, after 1 year, I think that they are going there, what I will do. When you take them this year, they use their other mouth down that way. Please let me end this year. Many of people are Uncle JP.
Thank you, Uncle JP. All right, we'll consider more headlines.
Yeah, I think for one, they are mistaking what Dr. Chuks Osuji is saying. That's Uncle JP. What he has said is that as a research and opinion
Expert,
he needs to carry out a research.
Yes.
He won't just take it from hearsay. If we're all saying that okay, he has done well, he will say we have done well. If we are saying he has not done well, we have not done well. He needs empirical evidence, and that's carrying out research, going for surveys and all of that before he can conclude.
Exactly.
All right, so let's not crucify him for his professionalism. All right, the next paper here is Daily Mentor. Excuse me, and it says Ohanes Ndibo faction asks court to restrain Obiozo from parading self as president. I think we will flog that. There's this one here: kidnapped River Poly lecturer regains freedom. That's good news. Another one here: bandit abducted, killed Niger Catholic priest victim's colleague. I think that's was in the news yesterday, and I think his brother was also abducted. Southeast for presidency to hold general meeting in Owerri. A group, quite a number of groups are moving to ensure that 2023 presidency is to the southeast.
Yes.
Is it good for different groups, canvassing, or should there be an umbrella body to chase these dreams?
Well, the several groups could begin, but in the final analysis, there should be a convergence. What I mean convergence is that all the groups coming together, pulling their resources together. That's what I mean. Yes.
Okay. Let's see any other one here from
for Igbo presidency. I don't think it's not discussable at all. If you take a holistic appraisal of what has happened, I have a book that will soon come out by the grace of God. The experience of the Igbo nation in the Nigerian politics. When people retrospect, you could remember that Ekweme should have been the next president after Shehu Shagari.
yes,
Absolutely. He was gearing for it. What happened? Buhari came in.
The military.
The military came in under Buhari and scuttled it because they wanted to stop Igbo presidency. Yes, these people are myopic when it comes to history. They should take a global look at America, which fought civil war. Civil war, the North versus South, over the issue of slavery. The Northern people, Northern group won. They did not victimize any. The next president was Ulysses. He was from the South that was defeated. The second president after the Civil War was from the South. They should go and look at the American history. But here, look at Civil War that ended in 1970. They are talking about it. What a myopic group.
All right, talking about North here. Northerners have held power more, yet we are the poorest, most unlucky in Nigeria, and this according to Yakasai.
Yakasai is always Yakasai. Always. Let him put all these his thoughts together and achieve something concrete. He's always blowing hot. I want his opinions to be recorded because he's one of the most hated persons in the North anyway. Because
he says it's the way it is.
The way it is, but Nigerians don't like the way it is. Objectively, sincerely, honestly, politically, the next president should come from, should be a person of Igbo extraction. Equity, justice. Unless equity, justice have been murdered and murdered. No. Are we slaves?
All right.
Okay.
I'm hot and angry.
Good morning, Zandas.
Good morning.
Good morning, our guests.
Thank you, my son.
Yeah, this one is from River State. Yes, yesterday I was very IPH day, but the bird refused to fly. Yes, let me tell you the truth. The bird are not happy, not excess food. When bird are refused to fly, what the sign is mean? Like I wonder this early morning by 7:30 program by Igbo language, say they overfeed him, my driver is not overfeeding. Abuja only sent him, only sent him. Some other states. Come for the 1 year our governor will say for sit for 1 year. I don't know why we are doing talking about our governor. Former governor tell us that APC don't have APC candidates in Imo State. I don't know where we only forget things. Let you allow him to finish internal. Secondly again, all our standards for Igbos, other than Igbo, they are doing their meeting. One for Enugu, one for Imo State. Now I had the case, they push the court, they push the case to court. I'm just laughing there. I'm seeing that this is become childish. I'm annoyed.
Don't be.
Who are going to judge this case? People are going to laugh on that. Look at Northern. Can you say that Afenifere and Motoku call for our Shari court? They want to talk who be their leader. I'm sorry for you both.
Right.
You need to be wise.
Okay.
You need to be wise for now. They're doing childish things for this country.
All
I don't
right,
like it.
thank you. Because of time.
All right.
Yeah, put your emotions in check.
Okay, that's
All right, let's take another call quickly. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Paul. Good morning, Zandas.
Good morning, Chief Fidel Yeneke.
Thank you so much. Good morning, my other and mentor, Dr. Chukwuki.
Thank you, my son.
I'm worried about the issue of Mahanese. I'm not against anybody seeking redress or even seeking justice or going to court. But I'm totally against the situation where we get involved in activities that we portray people as people who are not united. I want to appeal to all the interested parties in this Mahanese issue to, for God's sake, consider the Niger Igbo nation and not selfish interest or whatever they will get as leaders of Mahanese. A situation where we portray Igbos and Mahanese as an association of people who are not organized should be discouraged. The long and short of my submission is that they should go back to the drawing board, find a way of having a reconciliation, absolute reconciliation, and people should know that if you don't get it today, you can get it tomorrow. Thank you. God bless you. I'm Peter Zandas.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much. There's something I want to chip in here.
Yeah.
Listeners and my colleagues here, from what I know or what I knew, because I was in a position to know how that election came to be is highly questionable.
Which of the elections now?
Now we are talking of because if things stand the way they are, Ubioso is the principal person already elected by the generality of the southeastern governors. They supported him. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. If we go by that one, he's the person, irrespective of what the court is likely to say. But what I'm saying is that before he emerged, how he emerged, the route he followed, or how he was sponsored, either covertly or overtly, some things went wrong. I'm speaking by myself from what I do know. There were so many things. No, these people who were interested in Ohaneze, they were fighting for their self-interest, their political interest. There is something I will say here now. Before I get to my office, this place will be burning. With regard, I won't say that. Because it's not everything an opinion analyst knows that he says. Yes. I think the process was completely faulted. I think so. I believe so too. Thank you.
Where are the Council of Aces in all of this? I mean, one would expect that both men are sons of the Southeast.
Sure.
One would expect that the Council of Aces will come together and say, let's call both men and see how we can resolve this, rather than wait for the court.
Thank you, my son.
To decide.
Some of them have been politicized.
Over. What
I understand.
Some of
Some
them
are stooges to the governors.
Yes.
I understand. So on
they
what
can't-
moral grounds?
They are helpless.
It's quite
They
unfortunate.
will stand on the same page where the principal, who happens to be the governor, is standing.
Oh, they won't now.
So-
because I knew from the day I heard that Obiozo had been
Elected and sworn in.
no supported
Oh, okay.
by the governor of Imo State. I knew he was going to get the position because you know the governor of Imo State in Nigerian politics, you can't beat him when it comes to negotiation or bargaining. If he's with you, he's with you. You can never lose. Yes. So the Ohaneze thing, they are fighting for their own political ends.
Interesting. Okay.
Lot of money went. Man, help me sure no.
Let's take more calls. Good morning.
Good morning, my dearest brother, Paul and Zandas.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Our guest.
Thank you, my son.
Thank you, sir. My name is Comrade Dompadek Chidozewosu, and I'm calling from my hometown, Omwak and Nohaji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. Yes. And Prof, I love your analysis. You have gone justice to all the topics. I want to talk about the Ohaneze Ndibo saga. I want to state categorically that he who rules the Ndibo is equally running the country indirectly. So, in as much as there are misreactions concerning how the president emerged, I want to call on all Igbo leaders to please come together and support the new president, because I heard that he's a very wonderful man. He's more experienced, judging from his antecedents and the offices he has held previously. So I also want Igbo leaders to please come together was ensuring that Igbo man becomes the president of this country.
All right.
Come 2023.
Thank you.
It is now or never.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Keep your
Let me
thoughts.
say something.
Yes. Before you do, we have to take some commercials.
Oh, please do.
And then the People's Voice continues. Stay tuned.
Hello, babe. Are you still there? Can you hear me? Alright, yeah. So I see a VIP bar for choice beverages and drinks, a restaurant for African and continental dishes, a 300 to 500 seating capacity event center, exquisite rooms and suites at pocket-friendly prices. And guess what, babe? For you and I, there's a pool and a poolside bar and a
good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, our big guest in the studio, Dr. Suji.
Thank you, my
Good
brother.
morning, my good friend in the studio, the moderator.
Welcome.
My name of course is Jude Umar, and I usually come from Duchizog, Imo State. I think it would be maybe being economical with the truth for anybody to say, including our guests, that maybe it needs empirical analysis before he can go ahead and score his government. Because you can tell a blind man that there is no oil in his food, but definitely no salt. I think far from that, what the government has been able to do since coming on board, I know that they did not have gotten to the maybe to the destination, but at least they've been able to do something for which I believe that every Israelite should actually applaud them for this. Come to think of it, we know the circumstances under which the government came on board, and we know the problem so far. I think considering those problems, I think somebody like me will go ahead and score the government at least 80% for now. Maybe, like I said, they've not gotten to the point yet. Maybe with time, I'm sure that the government should be able to get to the destination of taking new people to the promised land of overall development.
All right.
Having said so, let me talk about the election of our neighbor.
There's really no time, sir.
Honestly speaking,
We are running
what
out of
we are noticing today
Hello.
is a clear attestation.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, sorry, because of time, we have to wrap it up here in the studio with a concluding statement from Dr. Chuks Osuji.
Thank you very much. The last speaker mixed issue of support and endorsement. You endorse something you believe in. I believe in the government. As a political scientist, who am I not to support a current government? I must. But when you ask me to give an opinion about the government's performance, now you're asking for something more than that. So I don't just keep my opinion like that, because my opinion means something to many people. And I strongly stand by that. During the time of Achiku Denwa, his PA security came to my office and queried what I wrote in one of the papers, where I said, those who said that Achiku Denwa has not done well are not being fair to him. And those who say he is the best thing that has happened to Imo State are not doing something correct. So I must always balance my opinion, because I'm talking to the people.
All right.
Thank you.
That was Dr. Chuks Osuji, OON. He's the Executive Director, Opinion Research and Communications Incorporated. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, my brother.
All right. This is the
They should know
beginning.
that I have PhD in political science
Amazing.
from Ishibo University. Obokwa Padi.
Another edition of the People's Voice returns tomorrow at 9 a.m. Stay tuned. There's more to come. I am Paul the Magician.
And I'm Zandas. Okeke.
Good morning. And the news headlines